Hello, my name is Fifi. I am 43 and starting over. I've been seeing content like this all over my For You page on all the apps. Okay, so is this original content? Absolutely not. But I have consumed enough content. Okay, I have consumed enough content, and now it's time for me to create my own. So, hi. Oh my goodness. So today I am out and about by myself. I came to my favorite park to this is where I like to come and sit and chill and process my thoughts and just, I don't know, do whatever I want to do with just, okay. I picked up some Wendy's so that we could sit here and just chat. Okay, I got a honey buddy chicken biscuit, some seasoned potatoes, and a pineapple citrus energy drink. Oh my god, it's so much syrup. Like that's all I taste is just straight up. Wendy's, what are y'all doing? It tastes like an energy drink. Like it tastes like a syrupy. I wonder how much energy this is gonna give me. Like, am I about to be out here running laps around the lake? I wouldn't be too upset about that, but like, anyway, here's our seasoned potatoes. I'm very familiar with these. These are freaking amazing. Y'all sleep on Wendy's breakfast, okay? If you're not going to Wendy's for breakfast and you go on other places, I need you to add Wendy's to your rotation because it is the bomb. That potato was completely hollow. It's still good though. It snuck in a regular fry. Why was that fry giving Rallies? You remember Rally's fries when they used to have the seasoned fries? God, they used to be so good. To have to wash your food down with something so concentrated is insane. Don't, like, I should have got a Sprite. All right, next up we have the Honey Buddy chicken biscuit. Now, listen, if you're not familiar with a chicken biscuit, I'm gonna need you to get into it. Get into it. Wow. Get into it. Ooh. It smells so good. It got my mouth watering. Woo. Mm. Mm. Is that the honey turning the chicken green? Can you see that? Like right up in here, it looks green. What the fuck? Don't do me like that. Whew. then I just so happen to look down, and what do I see? Ooh, still got a little fizz. It's a little flat, but let me drink some of this down so I can pour that in here, because what the hell? Pineapple citrus energy drink? God. And I don't even drink energy drinks. Why did I get this? Oh, I know why I got it. I got it because I wanted coffee, but anytime I order iced coffee anywhere, like how does it make sense that you give me my drink and it's not mixed and all of the sugar is at the bottom? Like, if I'm coming through the drive-through, why would you hand me a drink that's not already pre-mixed? How do you expect me to mix my drink and drive? Like, hello? That never made sense to me. I would go to I don't know why I'm so loud. I do have a microphone. I would go to Dunkin' Donuts every morning before I went to the post office, and every time I went, I would get iced coffee, and I would get extra sugar, extra cream. And then I would get a bagel with sour cream. And every time it would ask me, do you want it toasted? Yes. Do you want butter? Yes. So you take the time to butter and toast my bagel and then hand me a pack of cream cheese? Mama, why are you doing this to me? Put that cream cheese on that doggone bagel and give it to me so I can ride and home. Ride and home. Ride home. Anywho, today is Friday, May 1st, 2026. I'm out here trying to reset my mind, my brain, get ready for this next, what's the word? I don't want to say chapter. The next quarter of the year. And I want to bring you along for the journey if you don't mind. We're going to have some fun. I'm going to do some vlogging. It's mostly just going to be me running my mouth. So if that's not something you are interested in, you probably should click off now, because it's not going to be a whole lot more than just me running my mouth. A little bit about me. Again, I'm 43. I'm starting over. This is a new chapter of my life. I'm going through my second divorce. I say a lot. I'm pretty sure eventually I'll get used to doing this, and it won't be so weird and strange. I'm not unfamiliar with talking to myself. I do have a channel for my Sims. It's called Simlocity. I have not uploaded on that channel in quite some time, and I will start recording and uploading this month. That's one of my goals for this month. So hold me to that. I need y'all to go and subscribe to that channel. Again, it is Simlocity. I'll leave the link for it in the description box down below. If there's anything in particular that you would like to see on this channel, anything you want me to talk about, anything you just want to see me do. I don't even know what to name this channel, because I couldn't even decide on like a niche. I know I'll do story times. I want to try to incorporate some cooking and some food content. And I also want to get into travel content. I am also a background actor. I have been on Chicago Med, Chicago PD, Chicago Fire. There's a new show coming to Netflix called Barbershop. I've done a couple episodes for that, and I've also done a couple episodes for The Shy. And yeah, that's pretty much me. I'm a shopaholic. I love to sing. I love to dance. I love to laugh. I love to eat. Although I do want to embark on a fitness journey, I love every bit of me. At the same time, I hate my stomach. To say I love every bit of me and then turn around and say I hate my stomach, I know. I am a contradictory human. Okay. It is what it is. But I really would like to work on my weight and, you know, my appearance. Let's give you guys a show right quick. This is me. I know. Ugh, just ugh. I hate turning to the side. Every time I turn to the side, the realness comes out. You know, I could catfish from the front. You kind of can't tell what's really going on. Like in some of my pictures, it looks great because you don't know. You just don't know. But then, boom, 4.5 to 5 to 6 months pregnant. I kid, I kid. Anyway, this is where I am. Very peaceful, very beautiful. I have a good time every time I come out here. Every time. And I don't really do much for the most part. I sit in my car, like you see me doing now. Most of the time, I'm yapping like I'm doing now. um, I used to do I do a video diary ever so often. I'll just turn on my video camera and just get to yapping. And this is one of those days that I'm just yapping, and I finally have built up the nerve and the courage to hit the upload button, and now you actually see my face. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Anyway, yeah. So you might see me choke every now and then, and you know it's gonna be okay, because at the end of the day, this is my life and I want to share it with you. So, topic of discussion for today is I don't know. Duh. For me, self-love has been a huge topic of discussion for me for quite some time now. I have been focusing on me. I have been making decisions that are best for me. I have been cutting people out of my life who I felt like no longer have a place in my life. I've done some work. I most certainly have done some work. Like I said, I'm going through my second divorce right now, so processing that has been kind of sketchy because my daughter has a autoimmune disease that is has not been the very best to manage. So I can't really focus on me if I have to focus on her. And not to sound selfish or anything like that, but what I'm saying is the times that I literally have to pull myself out of the house, out of the situation, away from everyone, is when I can actually focus on me and actually, process. Certain things don't hit me until I'm by myself. Certain things just don't resonate, or like it doesn't, yeah, it just don't hit me until I'm alone and it's quiet and, I have nothing but my thoughts and I'm not worried about being a caretaker. So today is a good day because my daughter was able to get her treatment today. So I feel myself pulling off the motherly layer and getting back down to Fifi. So today is probably going to be the last day I see my future ex-husband. Uh, he just has done so much to me over the course of 14 years that are just so unforgivable. There's been so much. He finally confessed to me that when he met me, he was in a mind state where he did not plan on treating any woman that came into his life correctly. because he knew that all women were not his cup of tea. In his mind, you know, every woman that he's ever met has treated him like trash. So from this moment forward, this is before he even met me. From this moment forward, I'm gonna treat every woman in my life like crap. I'm not gonna take any of them seriously. I'm not gonna, and if not the treating like crap part, but if you decide, within yourself that you don't want to be in a relationship anymore, cool. If you decide within yourself that you are just gonna see women for, physical pleasure and nothing further, that's even cool. What's not cool is you doing that and not disclosing the other parties. Of course, duh. Hello. Like and what's sick about this, and I can't think of any other word to describe it because it's some sick ass shit. When I met him, I was coming out of a divorce. I was actually going into a divorce. Like we had just separated maybe a month when I met him, and he was, compared to my ex-husband, my first ex-husband. Now I have to differentiate my first ex-husband and my second ex-husband. Compared to my first ex-husband, he was a breath of fresh air. My first ex-husband was very high strung. He was very angry all the time. He just wasn't a pleasant person to be around. I mean, from the time he opened his eyes in the morning, he was fussing about something, either to me or the kids or somebody else in his life. Like, he was just so rah 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 all the time. And I met my second ex-husband, soon to be ex-husband, and he was like, he was so, you know what it was? Looking back on it now, he reminded me, and still does remind me of my stepdaddy, the man who raised me, the man who actually was a daddy in my life. He reminded me of him. He's a hard worker, very steadfast. He's a provider. He tries his best to make sure his family is taken care of, but he's also a whore. And so was my stepdaddy, also a whore. Of course, I didn't know that when I met him, but he did. He knew the type of person that he was. He knew the mindset that he had. He knew that every woman that comes into his life from this moment on is going to be as good as dead after dealing with me. He knew that and still allowed himself to be a part of my life. He became my best friend. Like, I didn't talk to anybody else. The close friends that I did have, you know how it is when you in a relationship and your friends aren't. You gonna spend more time with your man. I did talk to my other friends. We did interact and have other stuff going on, but at the same time, once we met, I I clung to him and stuck to that man like glue. He was everything I needed, because he was bigger than my first ex-husband. So he was intimidated by him. So he didn't try all that rah 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 stuff with me because he knew I had a protector by my side. He knew, you know what I'm saying, not to come with that BS. So he was a great buffer between me and my first ex-husband. I was able to distance myself from him peacefully. If I didn't have him in my life, I probably to this day would still be fighting with him, and like we probably wouldn't even be divorced yet, because it was such a strong pull, a strong back and forth, back and forth. I'm an Aries, he's a Scorpio. When I tell you that man chewed me up and spit me out, so he witnessed all of that. He didn't witness all of our relationship, but he witnessed the ending of it, and he witnessed how terribly he took it, and he witnessed how he treated me and how he treated my boys compared to how he treated my daughter, because that was his blood child and my boys were not, even though he was the only father they knew. Y'all, I got a story to tell. When I tell you this, all of this could be a book. I don't know. It just makes it extra sick because he saw the struggle, and he saw what I went through. And even though he wasn't that man that screamed and yelled and eventually tried to put his hands on me, he was the man that had a second life, a whole second life. Here's the thing, I caught him cheating on me so many times before we actually got married, and then I still married him. So I take full accountability for my own actions. I take full accountability for my role in my own suffering. I take full accountability for staying as long as I did, and for putting up with all the things I put up with because I thought I had to. As far as him, he makes more money than me, and I have to be able. I don't want to have a second failed marriage. And man, fuck all that. If that man ain't doing you right, if you have to wake up every day and ask yourself, if this man were with my daughter, would I be okay? And your answer is no. Would you want your daughter to date somebody like this? Would you want your sons to grow up and be a person like this? I don't know. And again, I still go back to it makes it so sick, because my first husband was very out and loud and proud with his disrespect. He didn't feel the need to cover it up or be somebody different in front of other people. Like, he was a piece of shit in front of everybody. But my second ex-husband, no. He was very covert, very behind the scenes, very subtle, very passive aggressive, very like he literally had another life. I married a truck driver, so I didn't know what I was getting myself into until I found out. And by then it was too late. He already had my heart. He already had my mind. He already had my solidarity, my friendship, my companionship. He already had me monogamous to him. I met him online, and like within a few months of us spending time together, probably not even that long, probably maybe a few weeks, he was like, well, I found what I was looking for on the site. Did you? And I'm like, you know what? Yeah. Mind you, I hadn't even been on the site, you know what I'm saying? Because I was dealing with him and only him. He was like, well, if that's the way you feel, then you should go ahead and deactivate your account. I'll deactivate mine. All right, cool. I deactivated mine. You think he did? He did not. He did not, baby. He's still on that app. 14 years later, he is still on that app. I went on there the other day and reactivated my account and updated my pictures and stuff, and he could have never slid in my box. He slid in my inbox within 5 to 10 minutes. Like, girl, what is you doing here? No, what is you doing in my inbox? Go play with your little hoes and leave me alone. Hello? Child, ain't nobody think about him. Ain't nobody think about him. So yeah, I'm glad that's over. I'm so glad it's over. Because after a certain point, I found myself in a huge war between my head and my heart. Oh my God. And I'm gonna tell you, if it ever come down to it, and you gotta decide between your head and your heart, listen to your head. Your heart, that's a dumb bitch. She will set you up for failure. Don't do it. Don't do it, Miss Seeley. This probably would be good with some tequila. Okay, fine. Anywho, that's all I have for you guys today. I don't want to take up too much of your time, and I don't want to do too much on these videos. I'm just going to throw this one out here just to say I did what I said I was going to do on May 1st. And that is upload my first video to this channel. So here you have it. I will see you guys later on the flip side. I'm not sure how often I plan on uploading these videos. We're just gonna roll with the flow. We just gonna roll with the flow. It probably won't be a whole lot of editing either. Although I do know how to edit, but I don't want to make this any harder on myself than it needs to be. So I'm just gonna go ahead and give you what I got for now, and then we'll tighten it up along the way. Okay? Deal? Deal? All right, bet. Okay, so if you enjoyed any of this video, I need you to go ahead and like. I need you to please subscribe. We are at the very bottom. And this time next year, I want to look back and be like, oh my gosh, y'all, we did it. So you need to be a part of that. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, and share and hype it up and all those things. And I hope you have a wonderful day. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.